Greetings once again from inside my Coleman tent. It's raining outside. I'll give you a second, you may be able to hear it. Love that sound. Today we're going to take a look at my hydration backpack. This is one I take with me out in the desert or on hikes or hunting trips where carrying water on my belt might be too much extra weight. I'll probably have a handgun on my belt and some other equipment. So putting the weight of the water on my back makes more sense. So let's take a look at that and see what's inside. This hydration pack is a High Sierra brand, and it's got what they term an air mesh back on it. The straps are mesh, very breathable. There's a line right here, or a loop that you can run the hose through that leads into the water bladder. I have it tucked inside right now because I'm not using it. The water bladder is full, and we'll get to that in a little while. It has adjustable shoulder straps, and there is a chest strap across it. It doesn't have a hip strap or pad. It's not very heavy. On the outside I put a little flashing red light. This is the kind of thing that you use on dog collars. But it can also be used as a marker beacon for hiking. It'll show a solid red. You hold it on for a while, it'll start flashing. That's pretty handy for signaling, and I just kind of like having it there. Another tool on the outside of the pack is my titanium spork. This is an extra long one. Very lightweight, weighs less than an ounce. So you can see with the spork we have it attached to the pickup strap of the pack by a little carabiner. So it's going to come off. Go ahead and use it, snap it back on, carry it somewhere else, put it inside the pack. I just kind of like having it there. So there's one tool on the outside. That pretty much takes care of the outside of the pack. So we have here at the base of the pack there's an outside pocket. At the top of the pack there's another outside pocket that's somewhat larger. And then the zippers up here give you access to the inside where the water bladder is. So we'll take those one at a time, and I'll show you what I've packed into there to help ensure safety and survival on the trail. Alright, let's take a look at what's in the bottom pack here, or the bottom pocket. There are some straps here that are tensionable by these buckles, so there is room there to attach a sleeping pad if you wanted to, maybe some kind of external water bottle, some other equipment. I haven't ever used those for anything, but there is that opportunity. So let's zip this open and take a look at what I packed in there. First of all, a lighter, fire starting. We'll take a look at what pops out. Cable tie, another one, also known as zip ties, cable bundle ties. These are about 7-inch ones, and I have 4 of them in there. Next out, this is a thermal bivy bag. It's kind of like a Mylar blanket, but it makes into a bag, and it has some yellow striping along it for high visibility. It's actually a sack. You can get inside of it and stay warm. It's very reflective of body heat. So that's a survival shelter type item. For food along the trail, I just have a couple of cans of chicken of the sea tuna in oil. I chose the tuna in oil because of the oil content is extra energy. So if you're out on the trail, you get stranded, you need some food that's going to last you a while in terms of energy. Carbohydrates are good for a short burst of energy, but things like protein and oil give you longer lasting release of energy, and there's a couple of cans in there. Again, this is just for an emergency overnight type situation. Also some beef jerky. And this is a portable filter straw. The Frontier brand. So the filter's on that end. Put the straw on this end. There we go. So you put the straw on that end, you put this end into the dirty or questionable water source. The instructions that came with it say that your first mouthful or two of water is going to be having some charcoal in it. If you find that distasteful, just spit it out. And after that, you'll have cleaner water. So that's what this is for, just for emergency water. The bag I put it in is to help keep it clean and dry, and it also serves as a reservoir for water. Again, this is a hydration pack, and so I really don't need to worry too much about having to drink questionable water unless I go through the 2 liters that are in here. Have some Ride in the Rain paper. Another jerky. There's some paracord, that's about 15 feet or so. That's enough to rig a shelter. This is a mini folding titanium stove with some fuel tablets on it, and a little bit of oil that I put in there to line the fuel pan with. Just makes it easier to clean. The pencil, and sharpen that and use that on my Ride in the Rain tablet, and I can also use shavings tinder to start a fire. This is a Ruco knife, sheath knife, full tang, lanyard ring, and that blade is about 3¼ inches, 3½, fine edge. No jimping, probably sharp enough to scrape a fire steel with. So there's cutting tool number 1. Generally I have a knife on my belt too, so that would be a backup to that. So pocket number 1 is officially empty. We'll move on to pocket number 2. Alright, let's go for the top compartment. I have a bandana, always helpful for filtering, wiping your head, using as a washcloth. This is a hard disk out of a 3½-inch hard drive. It's very good for signaling. So that's an ersatz signal mirror. And this is a smoke flare, again for signaling. This is one of my Altoid survival tin. It's chock full of handy stuff. Fishing kit, snare wire, bandages, matches, razor blades, cotton, candles, all kinds of things in there. Duct tape on the bottom. And here we have a Princeton Tech headband flashlight. Has bright, dimmer, dimmer still, and flash mode. Very handy for packing in the dark. Wear it around your head, don't have to hold it in your hand. This is a light stick, got a little lanyard on it. I can break it, use it for light, hang it in my tent, hang it in a tree, use it for reading maps at night. It'll also be swung around in a circle for signaling for aerial rescue. It's a multi-tool. This one happens to be called a grip. Everybody ought to have a multi-tool, right? Number of functions in that tool. Very, very handy. Get along quite well in the woods with that. Swedish fire steel with striker. And what they say is 2 is 1, 1 is none. So we saw my headband flashlight. Here's another one. This is not a headband, this is a handheld one, but it does have a clip. You can clip it on your hat or your pocket. And it's quite bright, especially at night. Again, another cutting tool. This is a CRKT by Columbia River Knife and Tool. It's an M16Z Zytel. It has the auto locks feature, which means that blade is double locked. You have to release this lock here, plus the liner lock, at the same time as you fold the knife blade back into the handle. Handles are Zytel. Comes out pretty quick. And it's a really good knife. Has a spear point. Very sharp, very useful. And this is a knife sharpener. And this has ceramic and carbide steel sharpening grooves here. And then it also has a third feature for sharpening serrated blades. Sounds like the thunder's getting a little closer. that's it for this pocket. We'll be taking a look at the interior pocket where the water bladder is. Here we are with the top pocket, the water bladder pocket. So inside we have wet wipes. There's 10 of them in there. Can be used for toilet use, washing your hands and face, or general hygiene. Keep them sealed until I'm ready to use them because we don't want them to dry out. This is a green poncho. Used it before, so I folded it up when it was dry and put it back into a Ziploc bag for safekeeping and storage. Here we have a number of MRE toilet paper packs, and also in there are 2 towel tablets. Drop a few water drops onto these and they become a towel of about 6 or 7 inches square. They're made out of rayon, I believe, but anyway, it's a synthetic fabric. Very airy, they dry quick, and they're useful for scrubbing and washing, general purposes, and there's also a couple of moist towelettes in there. This is the bite valve and hose for my water bladder. Water bladder cap right there, and it is full of about 2 liters or 1 liter of water. I think there's 2 in there. I'm not going to pull it out. But anyway, when I'm not using it, I fold the hose back up inside of there. So that's pretty much a look at my hydration pack. Sounds like Thor's got his hammer out there. He wants me to go someplace else besides in the tent, where we have graphite poles and maybe a lightning rod. I don't know. I don't fancy getting hit by lightning, but I doubt that's going to happen here in my tent. Hope you enjoyed this look at my day pack, my hydration day pack. We'll be back at you again real soon with another look at yet another pack that I have. This next one will be mostly a go bag or a get home bag. And until then, this is Apple Stump Bushcraft. Thor swinging his hammer above. Out here in the tent, it's raining, thundering, and we're just having a good old time. Appreciate you watching. We'll catch you next time. Thanks a lot.